The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Heather Gay had scratches and a black eye in a recent episode, and Jen Shah and Whitney Rose are both suspects. Heather has spent most of RHOSLC Season 3 assessing her toxic relationship with Jen and her disintegrating friendship with Whitney. Heather briefly tried to find common ground with Lisa Barlow, but she seems most at peace with Meredith Marks of all the housewives. The energy around Jen has been protective all season. However, all seemed to let loose during their Marilyn Monroe night in San Diego. Jen and Heather were topless, everyone was drunk, and the vibes were flowing as much as the alcohol. Heather and Jen had a tough conversation earlier that day alongside Lisa that ended in Jen sharing her mental health struggles after the storm of scrutiny around her fraud case. Later that night, Heather went head-to-head with an emotional Whitney once again. Why only Whitney and Jen stand out as culprits when it comes to the blatant assault on Heather in the middle of the night? Two suspects stand out. Jen is a candidate for her erratic behavior on the show and legal woes. Whitney is a possibility for her turbulent emotions after reckoning with childhood trauma and her ongoing beef with Heather. Meanwhile, it's hard to believe any of the RHOSLC friends would be a culprit, and Meredith and Lisa's biggest conflict is with each other. RHOSLC fans who suspect Jen fans came for Jen unapologetically. On Twitter, user MikeyTBH joked, Jen Shah being uncharacteristically quiet and looking visibly uncomfortable every time Heather and the other women talked about who gave Heather a black eye. Bravo Bizak cosigned, at this point, you could tell me it was Dorit's burglars who truly gave Heather Gay that black eye, and I would still believe it was Jen Shah. Heather's determination to stay silent and Yen's bizarre alibi stories make it plausible it was her. Some theories suggest the fight was over something silly in the women's drunken state and that Jen and Heather were over it in the morning. RHOSLC fans who suspect Whitney. A smaller but significant cohort of fans has targeted Whitney as the prime suspect. Twitter user Robin D. Marley _ wrote, Whitney probably gave her that black eye. I don't think Jen would risk another charge at this point. After feeling betrayed by Heather, the level of anger necessary for an assault seems possible from Whitney. Whitney and Jen both seemed uncomfortable amid the black eye debacle. Jen was more joking about it, while Whitney seemed uncharacteristically quiet. Meredith was one of the biggest voices of reason, saying, it's really concerning. That is not okay on any level. I don't know what happened, but that's not okay. Beyond who did it, what is most alarming about the assault is Bravo's double standards regarding violence. When black women get physical, a spotlight is often put on it. When white women do, it is regularly minimized. The Real Housewives of Atlanta's Portia Williams was escorted out of a reunion for dragging Kenya Moore. In contrast, Kyle Richards drunkenly and aggressively grabbed and twisted Sutton Strack on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills but absurdly laughed it off without consequences. Heather's black eye is serious. Hopefully, the RHOSLC reunion treats it that way, unlike when it was glossed over in San Diego. The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City airs Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Bravo. Source, MikeyTBH, Twitter, Bravo Bizak, Twitter, Robin D. Marley _ Twitter.
With a gentle touch, you tell me what all love I have to share. It must be 'cause you are what I all knew. Only you do. closer.